Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be my top 10 stocks as we head into Friday, August 18th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this would be a video for you. A couple of quick clarifications. First off, the candlestick that you see right there will be moving around. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one here, ticker symbol BGLC. Big mover today, and now there is a bit of a pullback, and this is where things get a little tricky because, again, yes, there's no doubt about it. There is this pullback, there's this downward channel, whatever you want to call it, that has formed. So at this point, it's really a question of, well, what was your strategy? What was your perspective going in? Meaning, if you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you bought right there, maybe you bought right there, and your plan was to buy and sell within, 12 minutes, well, then from that perspective, the chart looks really, really bad because this was a deeper pullback. Now, maybe you're saying, well, no, I care about the bigger picture point of view. And part of that would be acknowledging, sure, the price is pulled back, but what happened before this pullback? Well, the price made this big move up like that, which is now giving me the ability to draw a bull flag pattern. Now, just because something's a bullish pattern doesn't mean the price is for sure going to go back upwards, but I'm just saying that from that angle, the chart now all of a sudden doesn't look so bad because it's just done a pullback, but it's still got plenty of opportunity to build a higher base, and that's what matters from, again, the bigger picture point of view. So is this a good or bad looking chart? That all depends on what your strategy was going in, or if you're not in, but you do like bull flag patterns, you like stocks down below $2, then I definitely keep an eye on it. Next one, TIVC. Did this one yesterday, and that's where these lines are coming from, but I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these as they serve their purpose for now. And another big move here on this one, although once again, more of a pullback. So I want to do this one right here because you've just heard me say it, and I don't want to waste your time and sit here and repeat myself. So again, yes, it's pulled back, but assuming you care about the big picture, you're going to say, well, what was going on before the pullback? Well, you had this big move up right here. So we have ourselves another bull flag pattern. So again, same general idea. Is this a good or bad looking chart? That depends on your strategy going in. But for those of you that are maybe not in it yet, but you do like penny stocks and you like bull flag patterns, here you go. Next one, EBET, and this is an interesting setup here because the price, it did pull back here, but it's now essentially starting to go sideways right here, and not exactly sideways, but you get the idea from the lows right here, and then you look over here and you can see the purple line there, which is the 50-period moving average, pink line right there, the 200-period moving average, and essentially all these levels are in the same exact general area. So like I said, not exact, but broadly speaking, right here, area of support, and then you have the price starting to go sideways right at this level. Now, don't get me wrong, and I wish I could say trading was this easy. Just because the price has started to go sideways at this key area does not mean for sure guaranteed that, oh, this is the bottom without doubt, and for sure guaranteed the price is going upwards. My point here is that it becomes plausible. It becomes a rational thought that maybe, just maybe, this pullback is over and that this thing is getting ready to try to curl back upwards. So moving forward, moral of the story, these moving averages here are definitely going to be a key level of support. Main level, I would say, and more of a must-hold level at 0.054. And then if there is going to be any sort of attempted move back in the upwards direction, then that first key level that, I would say needs to be broken is that trend line right there, which puts the breakout point right up there around 0.0711 cents, or if you just want to call it 7 cents, that would be fine too. But right up around that 7-cent mark will be the key area where if this thing's got any chance of, picking up more momentum on a breakout, then in my opinion, like I said, 7 cents is going to be that key level. Next one, MODD, and first off, let's map out a level that you got to think a lot of people are probably watching from the resistance standpoint, and that is right up there at $1.35. And is it exact? Not really, but I mean, broadly speaking, you have that level there, not quite get up to it. That level broke above it. That level broke or hit exactly off it, and then once again, didn't quite hit it. So again, trying to find a middle ground right there, $1.35 is what I would consider to be that main resistance area as far as levels of support are concerned. We'll get this area in place right there, change that to green to represent more of the, so the support. And then as far as, just the pattern, trying to keep it maybe easier to see with one color, we have our resistance, we have our support, we have the nice upwards move there. We'll put the golf hole down here. So we have ourselves a bull pennant pattern. So if you like bull pennants and you like stocks down below $2, definitely keep an eye on it. Next one here, AMC, and this will mean more to those of you that have been watching the past videos, but you know that when this thing first had the nasty gap down, we got that trend line in place, and the entire point of that trend line was, as long as the price stays above that trend line, then by default, that means the bulls are making progress in the upwards direction, because in order to stay above that uptrending trend line, the price has got to put in those higher lows, which is what bullish moves do. And once again today, you can see got somewhat close right there. yeah, not really right there. So we'll leave that up to whether or not you want to define that as being close, but it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, the price is still nicely above that level, and that's what matters. So the first thing to do is just extend this level out because we're going to continue to track that moving into the future there. So watch that as the main level of support key, right around $3.70. But remember, that level is going to change as time goes by because that line does have that upwards angle to it. So overall, though, the key dynamic here is that the price is staying above that level, and that's what you want to see. In terms of next key overarching areas of resistance, really nothing until up here at this pink line. Now, does that mean the price is going to go straight up to that level? I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that looking back at the past history of the chart, there's just kind of no man's land. There's nothing here that suggests any potential areas of resistance. Again, that doesn't mean that one can't show up, but just strictly technically speaking, there does seem to be some potential where the price could get up to that area at the 200 period moving average around 460. I don't want to say easy because that's not the right word, but without much friction because there's not much resistance back here. But overall, another good day here for AMC. Real quick, wanted to pause and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online web class that I'm offering here. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free live class. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box. Or if you're watching at my site, there's an area right there on the webpage that you can click to get signed up. Now, one special note, it is a genuine live event. So maybe you already have something on your schedule this evening and you can't make it. That's okay. Maybe you're watching this video Friday morning and you completely missed it. In either situation, it will be recorded. So go ahead, send me an email and I'd be happy to send you a link to the replay. All I ask is it is truly live. So the event does first need to happen. Then I got to get it uploaded. But then at that point, I'd be happy to send you a link. So if you can't make it live for whatever reason, send me an email. But if you can make it live, go get signed up and I'll see you here in just a few hours. Next one here, PLTR, and just a brutal day here. Not necessarily because it was such a red day, but because this level here, let me add a little context, that had been a very good area. Let me just get rid of that. But it had been a very good area of support. You can see that for quite a while, the price was just doing a good job of hovering up above that area. But right there, it broke down below it. And, that basically opened up the floodgates and down it went. So a big breakdown today from a technical point of view. So I'll get rid of that level and we'll zoom back in here because with the first now, if there is any sort of attempted bounce, first key level of resistance is going to be right up here at $14.25. So keep an eye on that. And then if that level is broken, next key level after that would then be up here around $14.60. So keep an eye on those couple areas right there. As far as levels of support are concerned, we're going to have to go back quite a bit of ways in the chart's history because as you're seeing here, it has been a long time since the price has been down this low, with the next key level of support now being down here right around $13.80, and you still can't even see, there we go, where that comes from. Let me change that to green to represent more of those of the support. So this has come from back here, lows back in late June. So as we catch back up here with the prices currently at now, that is where that line's coming from, those lines, or that level back in late June at $13.80. And with the amount of downwards pressure that showed up today, I don't think anybody would be shocked to see it test 1380. And does it bounce? Does it continue on down? Grab your popcorn. We'll see what happens. Next one here, ticker symbol TSLA Tesla, and it just does not care. I keep thinking that these trend lines, this is the second day in a row now where I put in one of these trend lines here thinking it could play a role. And yeah, the chart just didn't care about it at all. So you know what, I'm going to go ahead and consider that a lost cause at this point because yes, there is just so much downwards pressure. We've been tracking this trend line right here, but in all actuality, there's another trend line that can be put in place here, which really illustrates just how nasty thing has been. And that is trend line right there. Very, very steep trend line, but nonetheless, it's still measuring it very accurately. In fact, let me do this just so we can kind of separate them out. So we still have this overarching resistance trend line right there, but in the near term, we have more so this very steep one. So my point here is before you talk at all about doing battle with that trend line, the first step is can the price even break above this trend line down there? So keep an eye on that as far as resistances are concerned. And then as far as supports, a very straightforward question. Where did the bleeding finally stop today? And that was down here at 218.75. So for that reason and that reason alone, nothing fancy is going to be where the main level of support is at. So yeah, 218.75, bleeding finally stopped there during the last 30 minutes. Can that continue moving into tomorrow and then next week? We'll see what happens. Next one here, MARA, for you Bitcoin fans out there. This one's gotten beat down quite a bit. So not only are you, if you're a Bitcoin fan, but maybe just from a technical trader, you don't really care about Bitcoin or whatever this is, but you're like, I do like potential double bottoms, and that's what we have right here, with $12.20 being a potential double bottom type situation. So we have it hold strong there once, and then it held strong there. And as of now, the price is not violated with it. So does this guarantee anything? Again, of course not. But does it become more and more valid that, okay, maybe this is some sort of double bottom that's going to get a move back upwards? It certainly becomes plausible at this point in time because we now have, like I said, the two bottoms right here, which guarantees nothing, but it does lead to a plausible question of maybe we'll see some sort of double bottom bounce moving forward. So if you like these sorts of setups and scenarios, definitely keep an eye on MARA. Next one, ticker symbol HE. What is this? Hawaiian Electric, been in the news all over the place now, has gotten absolutely destroyed as a stock. But this is where interesting situations can come into play because when stocks get destroyed, there can be some very worthwhile bounces. And we have evidence that maybe this thing wants to try to bounce because it has started to go sideways here at 1085. As I talked about earlier, I wish I could say that just because this thing has gone sideways, that this is for sure guaranteed the bottom, but that's not the case. But as I've said, does it become way more plausible now that this could be a bottom? Absolutely. Case in point, let's just say the price was still dropping, and I'm sitting here saying, hey, it's looking like this could be the bottom. You'd be completely justified to say, what are you talking about? Based on what? The price is literally just still going down. But that's not the case here. It has at least started to go sideways. So guaranteed bottom? Absolutely not. A rational, bottom to think that this could bounce? Yeah, absolutely. And you can see even the last 30 minutes right here, good solid green candle, nice solid volume. So we'll see if this can turn around and maybe pick up some more momentum back to the upside. Next one, TQQQ, which is an ETF that measures the NASDAQ. So if you believe the NASDAQ market is going to rise, this one will also rise. Biggest difference is it just allows you access at a much lower price point. And because the NASDAQ had a rough day today, this one had a rough day. So updates need to be made. First thing I'm going to do is just based on the foundation rule in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So if there is any sort of attempted curl back upwards and turnaround, that'll be the first big question mark in terms of, well, can the price battle back above 37.60? So keep an eye on that from the resistance side of things. And then as far as levels of support, like we did with Tesla, really just a question of where did the bleeding finally stop on this one? And that was down there at 36.40. So 36.40 is going to be that key level, which you can see now actually twice, 2 candles in a row. Price came down there, bounced off it, and then last 30 minutes, price came down there and bounced off it again. So does that mean that this is, for sure the bottom? No, but it becomes a much more interesting setup here. Some people like to call these potential tweezer bottoms. If you picture there as, tweezer right there. So, like I said, it definitely creates an interesting scenario that, am I going to say that, okay, a reversal is underway? Absolutely not. But a bounce, sure, because bounces and reversals are two different things. Bounces can turn into upside reversals, but bounces can also just turn into dead cat bounces where things roll back over. But from a trading standpoint, is it crazy to think that this thing could at least bounce up to here and, try to retest that and do battle? That's not crazy at all. So if you like these sorts of scenarios where you can get to, play these potential tweezer bottoms, then keep an eye on it. So that wraps up the top 10 list. Again, if you like what you saw here and you want to learn more about this tool and learn just how to use it and make consistency and manage risk with it, then definitely get signed up for the free class. It'll be this evening, Thursday, August 17th at 7 p.m. Eastern time. But like I already said, if you can't make it for whatever reason, go ahead, send me an email, clay@claytrader.com. And as soon as the event is over and I get it uploaded, I'd be happy to send you a replay link so that you can watch it on your schedule. But if you can make it live, then definitely get signed up here. As far as these top 10 videos are concerned, please do 2 things for me. If you enjoy these, hit the like button, leave a comment below, say hi, tell me what you traded today. But those 2 things help out the channel, help out the videos. And the more interest I get in the channel and the videos, the more content I can get out there to you because the channel will grow and it's just a good situation. So like I said, if you enjoy these, if you want more content, then a quick way to do that is just to hit the like button and leave a basic comment below. So thanks for watching. Get signed up for that class or send me an email, and hopefully I'll be seeing you here in just a few hours.